All right, so once again, I'm live coming in. What is it? Thursday? What is it? Tuesday? What is it? The 12th? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Very interesting. I always say people just need to pay attention. That's all I'm gonna say right for now. That's how I'm gonna put it. To put it mildly. A couple of years ago in Richmond, we had this thing going on, and I said there's a high school graduation. He was in high school. They come out with a report today. And interesting.
Days in our city's history.
In a 7.5-minute video, Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards walks through evidence and information he says detectives had and had not been able to collect from the mass shooting that left 18-year-old graduate Sean Jackson and his stepfather, 36-year-old Renzo Smith, dead and several more injured 2 years ago.
Detectives determined that this incident began with Amari Pollard shooting at Sean Jackson a total of 6 times. As you know, following a 4-day jury trial, Amari Pollard pled guilty to first-degree murder and use of a firearm during the commission of the murder of Sean Jackson.
Edwards says they're now able to release previously withheld information as prosecutors said no more charges would be brought, namely against 2 teens also involved in the shooting. Edwards says 4 guns were recovered from the scene, 1 from Amari Pollard, 2 from Smith, and a 4th from a parked car that was never fired. However, Edwards says neither weapon used by the teens was ever recovered.
One juvenile reported that he dropped the firearm he used in the James River. Several attempts were made by dive teams, but they were unable to recover this firearm.
Police say they found a gun at the home of the second juvenile, but never matched it to bullets recovered from the scene. Edwards then showed video of one of the teens firing as Renzo Smith ran in front of him. He says police ruled out Pollard as the responsible gunman in Smith's case.
It's important to note that the bullet that struck Renzo Smith in his back was recovered and is suitable for comparison. However, that firearm has yet to be located.
Edwards also showed the other teen firing his gun at Pollard as a red sedan drove between them. Edwards says while both juveniles were charged with weapons violations, neither would be further charged because no bullets recovered from the other injured victims could be connected to any firearm recovered, and because it was determined they were shooting in defense of others.
Therefore, the forensic evidence could not and did not conclusively establish beyond a reasonable doubt which, if either, juvenile caused the injuries to any person during the shooting.
And Edwards also clarified a few other details in this video, including that Jackson was never armed at any point in any of this. He also said that no guns were ever brought inside of the Altria Theater and that those that were used in the shooting have been grabbed from cars following the graduation ceremony. In Monroe Park, Cameron Thompson, CBS 6 News.
Watch what magnesium does to your bowels.
If you have to wipe more than 4 times after you poop, here's why.
The Mayo Clinic confirms that stuck poop can cause these embarrassing
Shots fired among a large crowd. This was the chaotic scene outside of the Altria Theater on June 6, 2023, following Huguenot High School's graduation. The shooting injured several people and killed graduate Sean Jackson and his stepfather, Lorenzo Smith. Months later, in 2024, Amari Pollard pleaded guilty to killing Jackson. However, for more than 2 years, one question remained. Who shot and killed his stepfather, Lorenzo Smith?
The purpose of this video is to provide some additional information to the public.
For the first time, Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards addressing why this question went unanswered. Although police determined Pollard shot Jackson, the gun matching the bullet that hit Lorenzo was never discovered. Edwards says these 4 guns were found at the scene. 1 belonged to Amari Pollard, 2 belonged to Lorenzo Smith, the 4th belonged to an uncharged individual. Jackson did not have a gun. Out of the 4 people who fired shots, Edwards says 2 were teens.
Although 2 juveniles were identified as having been present and firing shots at this scene, the available evidence suggests that those shots were fired in the defense of others.
Neither of the guns the teens used were ever found, one saying he threw his in the James River.
The forensic evidence could not and did not conclusively establish beyond a reasonable doubt which, if either, juvenile caused the injuries to any person during the shooting.
Now, the two teens charged are facing weapons violations. Despite being previously named by the FBI, we're choosing not to share their names because their charges are not related to the death of Lorenzo Smith or Sean Jackson. Live in Richmond tonight, Roland Wilson, 8 News.
All right, Roland, thanks. For
News is your back to school headquarters, and tonight.
And this is about the speeding cameras in Richmond, because we've had a lot of this. They've been making a lot of money, so people need to pay attention because this stuff is getting really crazy. But yeah, I kind of figured that nobody would be charged for that. And 2 years later, I was proven right.
We're taking a closer look at speeding near school zones.
We checked in with local officials to find out how many fines have been issued so far, where that money is going, and if some agencies are considering installing safety cameras.
8 News reporter Jamal Williams is live in Back to School HQ to break it all down for us. Jamal, quite a lot of speeders out there, huh?
That's right, Deanna. Heather, from Richmond City to Chesterfield County, areas across Central Virginia are cracking down on dangerous driving near school zones, with some counties even considering putting up speed cameras of their own.
If there can be a camera there to help reduce the amount of speeding in these school zones when we don't have a unit available to be physically sitting there, then I think it's going to obviously have a very positive impact.
The first day of school is near for Central Virginia area schools. In some counties, safety camera programs have been implemented to deter dangerous driving. In Hanover,
we don't have any traffic or speed related cameras in the community. We have things like radar trailers that people might mistake for speed cameras or speed trailers.
While speeding in school zones only accounts for 2% of Hanover County's overall traffic data, Sergeant Steve Wills says a speed camera program is not out of the realm of possibility.
We've talked to some of our local agencies nearby that we're affiliated with, and just to have conversations with them. How's it going? Is it working? What kind of effect are you seeing?
For Chesterfield, their SAFE program started back in February. More than 6,600 violations have been handed out through June 30th, with nearly 3,700 paid, totaling about $374,000. In Richmond,
we have 26 cameras at 13 locations.
Safety cameras in Richmond have generated more than $2.5 million in fines since March of last year. This year, they generated about $1.8 million as of July 1st. Captain Anthony Jackson highlighted 3 hotspots for speedsters.
River City Middle School on Hull Street, Francis McClenny right here on Chamberlain Avenue, along with the Richmond High School for the Arts on Midlothian Turnpike.
Jackson says there are no plans to add more cameras, but says the department will continue to monitor areas as needed.
Speed is such a huge factor in many of our crashes that if everyone slows down and takes their time, we can see an increase in safety and a reduction of crashes and injuries.
And for more information on that data and where that money.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm living, man. How you doing, man?
Looking at this stuff about these well, first off, we had the thing that happened a couple of years ago in the high school shooting. They didn't find nobody guilty. Yeah, so they said even though teenagers were shooting at each other and or got to shooting, it was because of self-defense. So nobody was found guilty and stuff like that. No one was charged, excuse me, because the teenagers were shooting in self-defense. And now they talking about all these speed cameras they put up. I mean, I rode through a lot of speed cameras all night in work zones up there by coming back from Virginia Beach. So when I look at it, it's still kind of crazy. They talking about all the money they making. Now watch this.
Aaliyah, love your hair.
I mean, it's easy to spot me on the court, I bet.
But you've always been like that. See me?
Yeah.
Before you hear me. All done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's so fast. I love you.
I hope, there's nothing that comes from this, that everybody follows the speed limit and traffic continues moving. But unfortunately, that's not what we have seen so far.
What Sheriff Lee Bailey has seen so far is rampant speeding on this 10-mile stretch of I-64 in New Kent.
In 18 hours of operation, we've had over 3,500 violations.
In July, the sheriff's office introduced signage for the speed cameras to prepare for the enforcement. Drivers were given a 30-day grace period, which was extended through the first part of August. And a Monday night vote from the County Board of Supervisors unanimously allowed for the use of those automated cameras in work zones. And while the sheriff's office is still waiting on those cameras, violators will now be ticketed, with deputies using LiDAR technology to capture license plate, monitor any speeding, and uploading that information to a database to confirm the offense. $100 per violation will be sent by mail to the car's registered owner for anyone traveling 11 miles over the speed limit. But is it having the intended effect in the construction zones?
Some
reactions were mixed.
Just construction in general slows everybody down.
And in the left lane was flying. So they're going to be some tickets.
I just had 3 guys go by me that had been doing at least 80.
Bailey said Tuesday morning alone, deputies captured 212 violations, the fastest going 88 miles per hour, 28 over the posted 60-mile-an-hour speed limit.
I don't approve of a camera taking a picture of a tag and sending you a bill in the mail.
But Robert Suit says he'll live with it if it means saving lives.
I'm a retired fire chief. And I've seen a lot of vehicle accidents due to speed. Speed will kill you.
And fellow firefighter John Reber is asking those behind the wheel to think of those who could wind up in front of him.
You got to be mindful of people working outside, so you need to slow down in construction areas. So I'm a fireman, so that's why I'm mindful when I travel through there. So
the first bills will start appearing in the mail in about a week's time. And the New Kent County Sheriff's Office says good luck trying to guess where those cameras will be placed. The camera placement is variable, so they could be placed anywhere along the 10-mile stretch on the east or westbound lanes of I-64. So to do it for us now, here in New
Today's top stories and your Storm Tracker report.
Crazy stuff, ain't it, Frank?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and the crazy part, I had to ride all up and down through there the other night. And they got a lot of construction where they a lot of making the rain low roads, one road, and coming out that part of 64. Matter of fact, when I was early Sunday morning, I couldn't get down this road. A woman was hit, killed by 4 vehicles.
Forecast in the first 8 minutes. 8 News starts now.
I've seen car accidents. I cannot put together a 4-car to 1 person collision.
Tonight, a woman is dead and 2 drivers are facing DUI charges after a 4-car pileup on Whole Street Road yesterday. You're watching 8 News at 11. I'm Heather Hope. Eric Phillips has the night off. 8 News reporter Sarah Molina spoke to a neighbor in the area concerned for safety. She joins us live from the scene of the crash with these details. Sarah, tell us what happened.
Well, Heather, Chesterfield police say 27-year-old Crystal Parker was crossing the street right here down Hull Street Road just after 2 a.m. yesterday when she was hit by 4 cars, killing her on the scene. And tonight, neighbors in the area say the incident has them on edge.
This is the intersection where Chesterfield police found a woman dead after she was hit by 4 cars while crossing the street Sunday.
Can't even picture 4 cars hitting 1 person.
But police say they did around 2 a.m. when cars hit 27-year-old Crystal Parker of Brunswick County as she was walking westbound down Hull Street Road near Turner Road. It has people in the area like Gary Lane shaken.
I would have to basically walk with my own crossing guards.
Now, I'm going to say something. That's some weird shit, though, because Brunswick is an hour and some change away from Richmond. Brunswick is over in North Carolina. So that's just kind of weird. But I'm going to tell you, I was out there at 6 o'clock that morning. And I was riding, and I was trying to go up the street, and I couldn't get up the street because they had the whole area blocked off. The police had the whole light blocked off and fire trucks up the street. So something did happen.
with me to feel safe to walk through that intersection.
Police say the drivers of the first 2 cars that struck Parker fled the scene, while the second 2 stayed and cooperated with officers. Police found the first driver, 27-year-old Karen Palma Martinez, near Mockingbird Lane, then found 33-year-old Kevin Bingham at a nearby gas station. Police say both Palma Martinez and Bingham of Chesterfield were intoxicated at the time of the crash.
DUI, they weren't in the right frame of mind. They couldn't judge perception very well.
In addition to DUIs, police say Palma Martinez and Bingham were also charged with felony hit and runs and taken to jail.
I've seen car accidents. I cannot put together a 4-car to 1 person collision.
Lane is a former law enforcement officer. Despite his experience, he says these details are unbelievable.
Looking at the 4-way intersection, it looked like it has pedestrian walkways across.
However, there is no crosswalk or machines alerting pedestrians when to walk. It's unclear if the drivers who stayed on scene will face any charges, but an investigation is ongoing.
You have 4 people involved and a woman who's not here anymore. She can't tell her side of the story.
Now we're told that as of today, both drivers charged with hit and runs were released on bond from Chesterfield County Jail. But if you have any additional information about this crash, you're asked to contact police. Live in Chesterfield tonight, I'm Sarah Molina, 8 News.
Most auto insurers love when you have 2 cars. And they love it even more when you
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of wild, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Crazy. Now, you sent me something yesterday, didn't you? As a matter of fact, Dua sent me something today. Actually, she was out there by the White House. She said, well, said, well, there wasn't as much going on in D.C. as they're making it seem. That's what she said. I'm just telling you, but send me a video on it. So we got a lot of people been talking about National Guard in D.C. or something like that, right? This dude kind of easy. Why this thing keep coming up? I don't got no antivirus stuff coming up here.
What happened? What'd you say?
Thing keep coming up on my thing. My antivirus protection has expired. I didn't have one to start with.
This shit is I don't think this shit is cool, man. They making up some shit talking about a Doge employee. That's what I be saying about these psyops, man. Motherfuckers making shit up as they go along and shit just to make a bill or try to pass a law or try to pull some shit. That's all it is. That's all they've been doing all this time. The Asian hate, all that shit's been that. You know what I mean?
First at 5 o'clock, we start with that federal takeover of the D.C. Police Department and the deployment of the National Guard to the streets of D.C. Thanks for being with us this Tuesday morning. I'm Adriana Hopkins.
And I'm Melanie Hastings in for Adam Longo. The Army says 800 National Guard troops will be deployed over the next few days. All of this part of President Trump's effort to crack down on crime in the nation's capital.
Now, overnight, we learned of a grim milestone for crime in D.C. Shortly before 11 p.m., D.C. police confirmed a man died after being shot in D.C.'s Logan Circle neighborhood.
And according to MPD data, this is D.C.'s 100th homicide of the year so far. At last check, police are still looking for the shooter.
Well, Logan Circle is just one of several spots around D.C. that are seeing an increased federal law enforcement presence.
I don't believe that shit, man. These motherfuckers is over exaggerating, bro. How come? Okay, since the whole year, how come I haven't been hearing about DC? I've been hearing about Philly. I've been hearing about the state.
Well, I told you what's the girl named Dua sent me a video. She said that some white guy said out there said crime is down. Like I said, I DC 2 hours from me. I mean, like I said, when I go to DC, I mean, don't nothing happen to me, but I'm going. Well, I don't even go to DC that damn much. I go to Maryland more than DC anyway. Shit.
These motherfuckers, man. But see,
You
black
got a lot of
people,
shit going on.
that's another thing. It's mostly black people in DC, man. They're not gonna say, "Oh, I'm a deploy the National Guard to black people." He's not gonna say that.
Well, I'm gonna say this: it is, but it ain't as many as it used to be. They getting very gentrified.
Right. It used to be like 90%.
Yeah. So I mean, but want to remove the homeless camp and things like that. However, this didn't really, because in DC is federal government, so they can do this. But they also say they might try to do this and reach out in other cities. That's what probably people.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, this is a federal. This is, I guess, it's a what's the name? A city, state, or a district. So they, I mean, I guess it can. I mean,
they can. It's a
but
law.
it's
It's an act on the books for it. Yeah, it is. But yeah.
But see that I still, even though this is a district, you still should not do that. I don't think you should do that. And then when it comes down to black people, they always do shit like this. When it comes down to us and shit, they always go to this. Especially this dude Trump, man. This dude is not just a crybaby, whiny ass dude with deflecting narcissist ass guy. He likes to hold everybody else accountable but himself and white people. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think that's a good idea. What do you think about this shit?
I mean, it's kind of like, police state thing, but when I look at it, I mean, they could have been did this. They said last week a Doge employee got attacked, and he said juveniles were the ones taking over the streets. So if you're talking about juvenile crime, that seems like you're about to make some type of crime bill up or something, don't it?
But remember, I've been saying this. I've been saying all these psyops and all this crime stuff lately in the news for like the past month, 2 months. I've been saying that they're going to come up with some kind of bill, or they're going to do something. They're going to do some kind of martial law, some police. I knew it.
Now, on the flip side, they only under the act they only can have the National Guard present in DC for 30 days, right? So I mean that would be a month. Now here's the funny part. Remember the other day I was talking about the 8-8? Yesterday was 8-11. 11 times 8 is 88.
That's right, bro. Aces and eights. That's what that shit is too, bro.
Yeah, right.
That's what that shit is, bro.
All you gotta do is
August 8th. That's ace and it. That's the same shit. Aces and eights, bro. You're right. Yeah. There's always shit that happens in this time of the month, bro. Shit like this always. There's always some kind of big psyop shit. I noticed that.
Yep. So here we go right here.
He used the power of the president.
88.
To do it. Trump's federal takeover of policing here in our nation's capital is sparking debate as 850 federal agents hit the streets of D.C. last night, making 23 arrests from homicide to reckless driving, according to the White House. The president insisting that D.C. has been taken over by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals. But according to Metropolitan Police stats, despite a spike of crime in 2023, rates of violent crime
8.5 is 13, yes.
Has actually hit a 30-year low. D.C. Mayor Muriel.
And I don't agree with this lady, right? I don't agree with her most of the time. I don't really fuck with none of these people. This lady Bowser, but this shit is this is some bullshit. You always try to. I noticed this dude about. I think about this dude Trump. You always try to discredit like a black official. I noticed, especially when they're not Republicans. You never notice that when it's a non-Republican black official, he always try to go out his way to humiliate or embarrass or like try to make it seem like they're not doing their job. I noticed that. You don't never do it to the white motherfuckers though. Like this whole Democrat Republican shit is a big game. It's bullshit. This shit keeps us from not getting done. That and the politicians threes in their pockets. This shit is we got to stop. Us the so-called black people. That Democrat Republican shit does not go for us. It does not apply to us. We need to stop identifying with this shit. It's stupid. You see what I'm saying? Now this lady said that the crime. She even said crime was death, and that these these claims that he's making about Doge employee and all this shit is bullshit. All this crime shit he just made up in the past couple of days is lies, bro. It's bullshit. And I believe it. You know what I'm saying? I believe it. But I don't trust these black politicians. They're a lot of them ain't shit.
Come on. Doge. That was the department they claimed it was on the Elon Musk, right?
I thought they had beef. I thought they didn't get along. I said the same thing the other day to somebody. I think that went over their head. I said the same thing the other day, bro. Don't they have beef, dude? Elon Musk and Trump. This shit is fake, man. This shit's fake, bro. It's fake. This shit is all. It's just for him to make this shit up though, as he goes along. They do that all the time, especially with these mass shooting. That says a lot. And you talking about, and see, you want to do it to these black, these cities. Oh, and see, this is a stereotypical shit. So these cities are fucked up, and do have crime, but the whole United States period as a whole, crime's been down period in most of these states, man. That's a fact. And they was even saying that before this motherfucker got in. You see what I'm saying? Crime has been down. Crime's been down in California. Crime's been down in LA. So it's like, I'm not saying all these motherfuckers are miracle, all these years, this and that. But at the same time, enough is enough, man. I'm not going to be going into these white buzzword stereotypes no more, bro. Like this ladies, I'm going to go by what the mayor just said. The mayor said that the crime is not like what it said is, and said that she even said he made that up, all this bullshit up. So I'm going to go on that. Because that's what these people do. They make up shit. They don't just come out and say, hey, we're gonna put in martial law, we're gonna put in these motherfucking. Well, I guess technically it's not, it kind of is, but it's still not. Because like you said, it's a district. But we're gonna send these military or fucking National Guard and shit, we're gonna send them down. You feel what I'm saying? That shit is dude, that shit is, but honestly though, shouldn't be doing that.
Chak was on. Yeah. What's up, Chak?
Chak, what up? But my thing is, he shouldn't be doing this shit, bro. You talking about some kids, nigga, build some youth centers, bro. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just like with the economy, these people never want to build and put money and invest in the economy in the right way that they should, and then they'll blame Russia or China or somebody else for having a better economy. That's not how that works, bro. Just like with the crime, you can't talk and complain about crime and you don't, you know what I'm saying, use the components to stop crime, bro, to reduce crime. They always do that shit to black people and these dumbass, a lot of these other racist motherfuckers, especially so-called black people. We get desensitized by this shit. We don't see the game that they play. Oh, it's just y'all people. It's just this culture. No, it's a root of a problem that you have to get rid of, bro. That you got to get to the bottom of.
Yep.
All this deflection tactic shit is this shit is getting old, bro. We're only getting older, bro. This shit is getting old. Oh, this and then your culture, y'all listen, y'all people, and this. I'm tired of that shit, bro. And if this all these white motherfuckers got to say, they've been saying this shit for 50, 60 years, the same shit about us, bro. It's all stereotype. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, crime. Nigga, you know where we need to start investigating crime at, bro? That shit needs to start at the White House, bro. That's where that shit needs to start at. All the crime these motherfuckers do in the fucking White House. I heard this shit, man. This shit is getting old, bro. Chak, what you say? What you think?
All the dope in that motherfucker, bro. Shit. Bag of dope, nigga left.
Yeah, man. It's like you always using us as a political football, dog. That shit's man. We don't get damn, bro. Like I see the play. The play is already like, damn. That's how I take it. But what about January 6th though? There wasn't the same. You didn't want to call these motherfuckers when these white motherfuckers. See that? This shit is bullshit, bro. There we go with the picking and choosing, man. When it comes out of niggas, we're gonna pick and choose. When it comes out of white doing some shit, we're gonna let it slide. And pick and choose.
Well, let me pull this up because they talking about it now in LA.
Now at 10, mayhem in the streets of downtown LA in the middle of the night. Residents are angered by the weekly loud and dangerous intrusions into their lives. Homeowners and business owners want police to do something to stop the illegal street takeovers like the one near the crypto arena this morning.
Yeah, at times, dozens of cars have taken part in the takeovers that attract large and rowdy crowds. KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us live from Hollywood with the story. Chris.
Yeah, John and Karine, some of the people I spoke with tonight who live right there in downtown LA tell me they have PTSD from all of the madness and mayhem surrounding these endless street takeovers and fireworks shows, which often happen in the middle of the night. Here we go again. Engines revving, vehicles spinning, rubber burning, fireworks exploding. These are the sights and sounds of the latest street takeover in downtown Los Angeles near Crypto Arena. Witnesses reported as many as 50 drivers participating in the illegal yet pervasive and persistent pastime, converging at the intersection of Figueroa and 12th Streets around 3 a.m., offering spectators and the community burnouts and donuts, but not the kind most people enjoy for breakfast.
I'm very sensitive to noise, so obviously I got to go check out what it was, and then hearing the loud explosions and realizing that's fireworks, just those nonstop cars coming in and out, more people started gathering. It can be very traumatic, or you're waking up to explosions. You don't know if it's a bomb or whatever it may be. Fireworks stayed on the ground, but
Errol Moore lives in a high-rise apartment building near the hell-raising hotspot. The sales rep and brand manager for designer eyewear was expecting a higher quality of life when he moved here. He didn't find it, and after several sleepless nights, is ready to move.
Whether city officials can put together a plan to kind of slow it down and get these people in a different direction as far as maybe get in the gym, find another hobby. I don't know, find another thrill, but because you're literally impacting everybody around you.
I thought it was warfare going on. 3 o'clock in the morning. My chore side of me says pretty dangerous.
LAPD officers responded, and officials say cops were able to clear the area. Apparently, no one was cited or arrested. Not long afterwards, police were called to the scene of a break-in and theft at a nearby sports merchandise store. More often than not, acts of vandalism, break-ins, and burglaries occur in close proximity to street takeovers. The situation has reached a level to where the California Highway Patrol is getting involved. CHP officials say they are planning a news conference on Monday to tackle illegal street takeovers. In Hollywood.
Street takeovers, huh? What do I think about that?
Yeah, that's it. Well, I'll tell you. I'm little badass fucking kids, man. Badass motherfuckers, man. See, it's the Mexicans mostly doing that shit. See, when we do shit, it's immediate. They always have immediate plan and solution when we do shit. But when other people do that shit, they gotta figure out a solution. You know what I mean? Figure out a way to stop them and shit.
Are you tired of uncomfortable bras that dig, poke, and just don't fit right? We deserve better.
If you were just joining us, there was an active shooter situation in the parking lot outside of that store. Austin police officials have just confirmed that 3 people were shot and killed. We know that 2 were pronounced dead there on scene, according to EMS officials. 1 was transported to an area hospital where they were later pronounced dead. A 4th person was injured in this. It's unclear if they were shot or not, but they, at least according to EMS, are expected to survive. They have a male suspect in custody, Austin officials They describe him as a 32-year-old man with what the chief of police, Lisa Davis, there says is a, quote, mental health history. One more thing here. Chief Lisa Davis, again, of the Austin Police Department, told prior to this media conference, our affiliate in Austin, KView, that one of the wounded individuals there does involve a child. A child is among the 3 wounded there, again, according to the Austin chief of police. There was a dramatic series of events after these shots rang out. Austin police described the shooting happening just in the parking lot of that Target store. They then say the male suspect hijacked a car, drove that car somewhat of a short distance away from the parking lot. That car then appeared to be disabled in some way. And then this individual, again, a 32-year-old male suspect, Austin police say, took another car from a Volkswagen dealership. One more thing of note here, police say they have no understanding right now of motive. It is unclear if this was a random act of violence or a targeted shooting. I do want to bring in now ABC contributor and former NYPD chief of detectives, Robert Boyce, because Robert, as we now piece together exactly what transpired here, where does the investigation go from here? As you just heard me say, they have no idea on motive at this hour. That is what the chief said. What do they look for to determine motive?
So right now they're going to take a look at this individual who they said has a mental illness history. All right, and what started this whole thing? Was it a robbery of some kind? Was it just brute violence? So they have a lot, and they got him in custody. Thank God someone called and identified him, said he was acting irrationally probably, and they arrested him. So that's good news. Because he hijacked one car, stole a second car. He was on a spree here, and it ended quickly, and that's the good news here. We don't know what happened here. What initially started this, his history is important. The chief did a good job in giving some preliminary information early on in the investigation. That always sits well, that telling people that this is stabilized, this person's in custody. That's important right now. Everything else we'll figure out. He never got into the store, but that's probably a good thing because there's a lot of people in targets these days.
Tonight, harrowing new details in the shooting rampage at this Target parking lot that left 3 people, including a 4-year-old child, dead. 30 bloody and bruised in this booking photo, now charged with those murders.
The suspect is armed and has shot multiple people.
Police say the 911 calls started pouring in at 2:15 p.m. Authorities arrived to find Hector Martinez Machuca, a Target employee, shot, attacked randomly while collecting shopping carts, police say.
He was transported to the hospital where he was later pronounced deceased.
The suspect then fired off more shots, they say, before running up to a gray Toyota, shooting the driver, 65-year-old Adam Chow, and killing his 4-year-old granddaughter, Astrid, in the back seat. They were pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the suspect threw Mr. Chow's wife from the vehicle as she clutched the child, then stole the car, sped off, and crashed it.
Over the next hour, Ninecker committed multiple crimes, including attempting to steal a water truck, causing multiple crashes, assaulting another female driver, and stealing her Volkswagen.
Police say they found him across the city in a backyard, naked, holding a Bible, where they used a taser to bring him down.
He said that he was Jesus, and there was really no reason whatsoever given. It was a completely random choosing of the victims.
According to authorities, the suspect has a history of mental health issues, including 2 2018 police calls for an emotionally disturbed person. Austin police say he's been convicted in the past for violation of a protective order, driving
You know what?
This story sounds so crazy, man.
I told you that they be doing that, man. They always say, they always have a motherfucker, on the past. In the past, the FBI, the FBI was watching him, or man, he had some stuff in the past. Why is he not in a mental institution then, bro?
Well, my thing is taking a car, doing this and all that. Most of the time, all that ain't going down. Some of the stuff maybe, but come on, man. All this, they checking a whole lot of boxes on this one. Damn. This kind of bad. But he was driving while intoxicated. Valley, but if he got a mental condition, he could have did this without driving while intoxicated. So how you think? What?
That's true.
They telling you, and he also had a protective order. He doing all this?
I know, huh? Why is this? Yeah, it seemed like he was protected or something. Why is he not?
Another thing I realized, the people he shot was either Chinese or Hispanic he shot.
Wait, say it again?
The two people they named he shot in the beginning were Chinese or Hispanic.
They're not, you notice they're not saying what race they are, huh?
The people he shot, no, but they showing this guy. But let's figure out what else they got to say about this clown, man. It's some funny shit, man.
Intoxicated and assault.
This man had some serious issues. There were some serious failures here.
Ashley Fairley was checking out inside the Target with her daughter when gunshots rang out.
We're not doing well. I feel nothing. I just feel like void in a way.
Tonight, the Chows are remembering Adam as the steady backbone of the family and young Astrid as pure silliness and joy, writing, "We are broken and miss them both so much."
Priscilla joins us now live from that parking lot in Austin. Priscilla, if the suspect had such a documented history of criminal activity and mental health issues, how did he get a gun?
Yeah, Tom, authorities are looking into that. They say he used a handgun that he got from family. And I asked investigators whether anyone else could be held accountable as it relates to this gun. And they said they're investigating.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Look, they kind of setting the groundwork. Because it's saying if you're guilty, you're going to check somebody else. Now, see what they did right there? Yep. Now here go another one.
Modern look. Thick, absorbent layers. But these napkins aren't just elegant. They're surprisingly affordable.
Breaking news, the intense manhunt for a Washington State murder suspect comes to an end right here in Southern California. This is the KTLA 5 News at 3. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. We're told that the murder suspect is now in custody.
The manhunt intensified after his car was found abandoned in Calabasas. KTLA 5's Lauren Lister joining us now live with details on the suspect's capture. Lauren.
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, major breaking developments in this case. Less than 48 hours after the suspect's vehicle was discovered in this Calabasas parking lot by LA County Sheriff's deputies, we've now learned that the suspect has been captured, taken into custody by LAPD Olympic Division. Let's jump into some video. This is the man that the manhunt has been on for, spanning 1,000 miles, beginning in Washington State a week ago and reaching Southern California this week. Now, we don't know more details about exactly how or where he was captured by LAPD. We're getting this information so far by Longview Police and LA County Sheriffs, working to get more details from LA Police Department. 51-year-old Alexander Lee Rogers, though, we can confirm is in custody. Police say they suspect him in the murder of 64-year-old Don Peters and attempted murder of Don's 73-year-old brother-in-law, Andrew. Let's show you some photos we have of Don, provided by her family. The family has just been completely devastated by her loss. The two were stabbed in their family home August 5th, where they live with two other relatives. Their nephew says the suspect did handyman work at the home and says his uncle was barely able to alert authorities after being stabbed.
Got him in the throat over here. I think before he passed out, he was able to stand up and spin around and hit the medical alert button on the alarm system to trigger the cops. That's why it initially came across as just a medical alert. Nobody knew of the horror that hid behind it until whoever showed up first on the scene.
Police would soon discover that horror, and doorbell video appears to show Rogers entering the Peters house that morning of the murders on the 5th. Now, the motive remains a mystery. Family says they just have no clue why anyone would want to hurt Don or Andrew, describing Don as someone who takes care of everyone. Now, back here live, we are expecting to hear more details about just what went into this arrest. LAPD's chief is holding a press conference at 3:30, and we are hoping to learn more. We'll bring that to you, of course. For now, that's the latest live here in Calabasas. I'm Lauren Lister. I'll send it back to you.
Tonight, harrowing new details in the shooting rampage at this Target parking lot that left 3 people, including a 4-year-old child, dead. 32-year-old Ethan 9.
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on Wix.
Hey, we're How Ridiculous, 3 childhood friends and digital content.
We're also learning more tonight about the deadly shooting at CDC.
This is about the CDC right here.
Headquarters in Atlanta. Authorities now revealing that more than 500 rounds were recovered, nearly 200 bullets striking multiple buildings, more than 150 windows shattered. The suspect allegedly blaming the COVID vaccine for his mental illness. An officer was killed. And tonight, the suspect's own father calling 911, fearing his son was involved in this. You will hear his frantic call. Faith Abube at the CDC tonight.
Tonight, stunning new details in that attack on the CDC that left a Georgia police officer dead. Authorities revealing hundreds of shots were fired, saying the suspect targeted the federal agency over his mistrust of the COVID-19 vaccine. Police say they recovered more than 500 shell casings at the scene, nearly 200 bullets striking 6 CDC.
Finally, what the hell got a gun in this motherfucker hand, man? Why? How you get so many bullets, right? Come on, man. God.
Bro. Why is all these shootings
shell cases?
Exactly. Why are all these shootings always political? You notice that? You notice the motive is always political motive? You know what happened?
Anybody got 500 shell casings and only one person died. Either he a bad shooter or this is a hell of a damn side right here.
I know 500 dude.
And that means he got to keep on loading up. Nobody stopped him. Nobody came up with that fire. Huh?
I know nobody stopped him though. Come on, man.
Don't no gun hold no 500 rounds, bro. I'm sorry.
You said 500?
Hell yeah, a lot of rounds, bro.
Hell yeah, that's a lot of rounds, bro. Yeah, they ain't that. I feel you, bro. Come on, dude.
And if he's shooting that much, he would have had him been shooting for at least 30 minutes almost.
Facts.
Dude, magazines. Ain't nobody just sitting there letting nobody shoot that damn long. I'm sorry, bro. The other shit with Target, at least they said the man had a handgun. You mean tell me this dude was shooting that long and nobody did nothing?
Exactly, bro. Yeah, they know people don't think, dude. You know.
All right.
Buildings, more than 150 windows shattered. Tonight, law enforcement agents saying the suspects, Patrick
White people,
Joseph White, had written documents that expressed his discontent with the COVID-19 vaccine.
The overall content of one of the documents.
So that's kind of like a manifesto there.
Yeah.
There we go with this manifesto shit. I don't see how people keep believing. See that? I mean, why do they teach us about the boy who cried wolf and shit like that as you're a kid, and they teach you not, and this is that kind of stuff right here, bro. Like we don't learn from the same bullshit over and like when they keep trying to pull the same old play, we don't think. Wait up, they keep.
Well, they did. Hey, Frank, they did change the word this time. The document they didn't use the word manifesto, so maybe
right. Yeah, right. That's how they do it. They want to change the word up a little bit, dress it up. Damn. These motherfuckers, man. Damn. But see, why is he not doing nothing about these mass shootings though? Because most of these motherfuckers that do this shit is white, right? Why is he not trying to come up with no crime mass shooting task force? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not trying to make some kind of special law enforcement task force where when the white people that Trump is just too obvious, bro. I mean, the rest, all of them are, but he's just too obvious. And these white motherfuckers that follow these people are just too obviously disconnected, bro. They're obviously desensitized. They're one side. They're playing one side. But see, he kind of doing this immigration. See, what they're doing is kind of doing the immigration shit with black people, though. They're trying to pull that shit. Okay, I'm gonna do an ICE for the Mexicans. And for the niggas, I'm gonna do the National Guard for the niggas. Telling you. But yeah, this is ridiculous, bro. All these shootings be always political. Now he did this over the COVID. The last motherfucker did it. Why did they say the Target motherfucker did it? Because he was mad or some shit?
Yeah.
Or he had mental problems or some crazy shit. They said, look, a couple weeks ago, the motherfucker shot up the NFL headquarters. That was political. It's like, dude, come on, man. Supposedly. You just can't. I mean, I guess you can keep making this up as you go along, bro. Because it's gonna seem believable anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Let's see.
Neighbors and police say the shooter claimed the COVID vaccine made him depressed and suicidal. But medical experts say there's no evidence the vaccine causes any of those symptoms. The day of the shooting, the suspect's own father calling 911.
I'm very worried that he might have been involved in this shooting today.
The call obtained.
I need some help.
Police confirming the shooter died by suicide after the attack. Tonight, some CDC employees telling ABC News they're traumatized and believe HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s vaccine rhetoric has fueled threats against the agency. RFK condemning the shooting, but still criticizing the CDC's efforts to get the public vaccinated against COVID.
They were saying things that were not always true. And public health agencies should never do that.
Public health officials dispute those claims.
And David, just hours ago, the CDC director reiterating in an email to all agency employees that misinformation has now led to deadly consequences. David.
Faith Abube live there with the CDC. Faith, thank you.
Kind of crazy, ain't it, brother?
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Now, Moten. York. Oh yeah, they say New York got some hot blood underneath it. Here it is.
The study recently published by the University of Southampton took a closer look at this so-called hot blob. It's 220 miles wide and is made of unusually hot rock below the Earth's crust. The university found that it's moving, albeit slowly, toward New York and is likely the reason the Appalachian Mountains have not eroded over time. So what is it and what will happen to New York when it arrives? We asked those questions on a now viral TikTok. 450,000 of you watched the video. 20,000 of you liked it and wanted to know more. So we thought we'd bring in an expert to break it down. Doug Prose is a geologist and host of a PBS show. Okay, Doug, what is this thing? What's the blob?
Okay, so that's a pretty sensational news story that I get to try to bring down to earth. Actually, I'm going to bring it below the Earth's surface. And it's actually not gelatinous. It's actually not oozing. It's not actually going to someday like come up through the Earth's crust and ooze into maybe like the New York subway or something and take over the world or something like that. That's not going to happen because the blob is actually a hot rock. And the only way they know that it's there is because the temperature of this rock, which is in the mantle of the Earth. The mantle of the Earth is the second layer down under the Earth's crust. The Earth's crust is about 60 miles deep under, say, New York or the Appalachians, where the blob is. And it's another 60 miles down. So it's just a hotter region of rock than the rock surrounding it. It's actually made out of this, which is a piece of basalt, which is what the Earth's mantle is made out of.
So then, wait, Doug, if it's just solid rock, not an oozing gelatinous substance, why is it moving?
Okay, so there's actually a controversy about whether it's moving or not. So this new study is saying that, yes, the blob is moving, but actually what it appears to be doing is that it's kind of tracking along with the Earth's crust. So the Earth's crust is made out of plates. It's like there's tectonic plates on the Earth's crust. They move. And the whole North American plate, where New York is and where the Appalachians are, where the whole United States is moving. It's moving about 1 inch per year to the west. And so these blobs are kind of, they're tracking along at the underneath part of the crust. They're moving along with the plate. So they're actually probably never going to detach from there and move under New York, which is, I don't know, is 125 miles away. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you, they say that this blob is the reason the Appalachian Mountains have not eroded. What does that mean exactly? Is it somehow propping up the mountains? And if it did move toward New York in 10 million years, as the scientists in this latest study say it will do, what would that mean for the New York area?
Okay, so so these blobs are pretty amazing. So they're hotter than the surrounding rock. So they actually, all the heat that's in the mantle of the Earth is trying to rise. It's trying to get out of the Earth. The whole mantle, it's actually sort of circulating this heat, and which all originates in the core of the Earth, which is actually the temperature of the core is the temperature of the surface of the sun. It's 10,000 degrees. So all this heat's trying to get out. So these blobs actually can push up on the bottom of the crust. And that's what it appears is happening under the Appalachians. And so this actually,
it's propping them
the
up.
Appalachians. It's pushing up, and it's trying to get out, basically.
Okay, well,
and in fact,
I'm not sure we want it to.
Out. Yeah, the blob.
That's about New York. And it's got a hot blob going on there. All right. Yeah. The fuck. Steel mill explosion in Pennsylvania.
Being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Overnight, the death toll in that large steel plant explosion south of Pittsburgh rising.
I'm here to report that we do have now a second deceased worker.
Authorities searching through the rubble for hours for any signs of life after the explosion rocked the U.S. Steel Clairton Coke work plant just before 11 a.m. Monday, killing 2 and injuring at least 10 others.
There's possible entrapment under the rubble.
Time-lapse video capturing the blast. Black smoke seen filling the air.
Not only did I hear it, I felt it. My house shook. I thought that my son had made his gas tank and dirt bike explode.
Trisha Quinn desperately searched for her brother Timothy, who was working at the plant.
My brother's not here. Families need answers. This is a crisis situation and we have nobody to call.
She later told our affiliate WTAE that the beloved father of 3 did not survive. The plant now working with authorities as they investigate the cause of the explosion. This morning, although air quality advisories for the area have been lifted, residents are still concerned.
What's the concern?
Sure. So the concern is for folks who have asthma or some kind of pre-existing condition, and also for children. So children's lungs are smaller than an adult's lungs. It doesn't take as much particulate matter or pollution to cause problems.
10 workers were injured here. We understand 5 are in critical but stable condition. The other 5 have been released from the hospital. U.S. Steel and authorities say they are investigating this incident, Robin.
Okay, I know you're going to stay on it for us, Stephanie. Thank you.
We are still following the latest out of Pennsylvania, of course, after that explosion rocked the biggest coke plant in our country. 2 people were killed, at least 10 others injured. For more now, the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, joining me live from the site of that deadly explosion. Governor, good to have you with us. We did watch your live press conference. Can you update us?
Dang, Frank, that's stuff going on, eh?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Steel plant explosion. I wonder who did this.
I know, right?
On those who were injured, and do we know if they will survive those injuries?
Well, we have a number of people who are still being treated for their injuries in local hospitals out of respect for their privacy and their wishes. We lost 2 steel workers, one who's requested not to be, whose family has requested that he not be identified at this point, and the other steel worker who went by the nickname of TQ, someone who was a great leader here at this plant, someone who I laugh every so often as well. I spent time earlier with his sister and with his girlfriend herself. Leaves behind 5 children without a daddy, 5 children who are going to have an empty seat at the table going forward. At this wonderful facility, at a facility that quite literally helps build this Commonwealth and this country. It's the hands at this plant. It's an incredibly sad moment.
Yes, it is. And it's a tough one to report on as well. And following all the live pictures from yesterday and learning about those that have been killed. Your live shot is taking a few hits, Governor, so stay with me. We're hearing most of what you're saying, but I think we've got a good connection at this moment. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Can you tell me anything more that you have learned about this explosion? Because I also understand that the homicide unit has been brought in to lead the investigation. Can you tell me why that unit has been brought in?
I can tell you the Allegheny County Executive, Sarah Innamorato, and her entire team have been here since the moments after the explosion. I will also tell you that I met earlier with Dave Burritt, the CEO of U.S. Steel, and his leadership team, together with Bernie Hall, the head of the Steelworkers Union. We all have many questions. We're demanding answers. U.S. Steel has promised us those answers and that it would be done in a transparent way. We owe these workers who go in this plant behind us and the entire community the answers as to what happened and the steps they are going to take to ensure that something like this never happens again.
Understood. And with that said, Governor, there are a lot of people, of course, demanding answers right now. And as you know, this is not the first time that these ovens have actually failed. I mean, it was just a year ago, February 26, 2024, that the ACHD, the Allegheny County Health Department, found that the Clairton Coke plant experienced process and equipment failures. And 2 of the ovens cited are the ovens that actually explore one. Listen to the health department's warning.
Well, I think it's important that we answer that question. And
Man, that is kind of like crazy.
Now we got to go help people
Man, come
customize
on,
and save
man.
hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Welcome back. As big tech and the energy intense.
The impact of data centers on rising electricity costs, brother.
Intensive data centers needed to power it grow in the U.S., so are America's electricity bills. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the average retail residential price for 1 kilowatt hour of electricity in the U.S. has increased by about 6.5% over the past year. And evidence is mounting that data centers are part of this conversation, possibly irritatingly so. Ari Pesco joins me now. He is the director of the Electricity Law Initiative at Harvard Law School. Didn't even know there was such a thing. Ari, it's great to have you with us. My incredible staff has put together a lot of data on this, and I want to go through it. So as of March, there were 5,000 data centers in our country. Explain to my audience how much energy they consume and how they differ from a residential consumer or even a regular factory or business.
Sure. So data centers have been part of the backbone of our internet for decades. And they use a few percent of electricity in the United States. What's changed, though, really since the introduction of Chat GPT a few years ago is the size of these facilities. Today, the new data centers that are being developed use as much electricity as a large city. And we're seeing companies trying to develop these facilities, these industrial scale computing facilities across the country.
This is another great question my team put together. According to Market Watchdog Monitoring Analytics, data center demand drove 70% of last year's increased electricity cost, or about $9.3 billion. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, so what that's talking about is that the country is divided into various regions. There's one region that stretches from New Jersey to Chicago down to North Carolina. They run an annual auction to make sure they have enough power plants in the region to keep the lights on. The value of that auction spiked. And this consultancy that you're referring to is in charge of monitoring the market, calculated that basically data centers were responsible for 70% of that cost increase. And that's shared across the region to all consumers and businesses in the area.
Ari, what are the trajectories in the next 3 or 4 years in this space?
So it's possible this problem could get worse, but we do have regulators in every state that are responsible for the prices charged by electric utilities. There's a lot they can do to improve the situation. 3 out of 4 Americans get service from a for-profit utility that makes money not by selling energy, but by building infrastructure like power lines and power plants. These new data centers are so large that utilities have a great excuse to build a lot of infrastructure and spread those costs to everyone, even though they're being built just for these data centers. But there's a lot that regulators can do to try to isolate these data centers and the cost that they're causing on the system to make sure that the rest of America is not paying for these facilities.
Speaking of who's paying for it, would not a customer irked by higher electricity prices reasonably ask the question, wait a minute, we're talking about corporations pay for the cost entirely since they are the beneficiaries of them in the first place?
That's absolutely the right question to ask. And I think we're starting to see states wise up to this challenge. There are a number of laws passed, politically diverse as places like Maryland and Utah that are trying to tackle this problem. One way to do it is by, as I said, trying to isolate these costs, make sure the data centers are paying for them. The other opportunity here is really to break the monopolies that utilities have and allow data centers to actually go out and buy power power from someone who's not local utility and therefore wouldn't have the ability to basically spread that cost across the region. So we are seeing a few states look into that opportunity as well to basically say these monopolies make sense for everyday Americans to make sure that we all get electricity service. But when it comes to the world's wealthiest corporations, they can go out and procure their own power. They're very sophisticated companies. They know how to do that, and let them have that opportunity, and that will protect consumers from any costs that might result.
Yep, that's interesting. Now watch this, because this happened actually in Baltimore. Power plant failed, and they told them they may have to look out for power outages.
Wow.
So
that shit is. They having some shit.
If you're a BGE customer, you're being asked to limit your use of electricity this evening. The utility company says one of the power plants it uses got disconnected from the BGE electric system. And if there's not enough power in the region, there could be widespread outages. WJZ in your corner tonight. Tara Lynch is live in Baltimore City. So I know, Tara, you spoke with some neighbors who say, here we go, I'm just fed up with BGE.
Yes, Denise, some neighbors that I spoke to say that they feel left behind by the utility. They're asking the utility to do more. And they also said that they feel like they're paying more for now a service that they might not be getting tonight. We also know that there are going to be cycling events tonight for certain BGE customers as well. That would change the use of your air conditioning in your home too. And I'm in Reservoir Hills, so you know some of these older row homes, they may not have air conditioning built in, a lot of window units in these row homes as well, and that can suck up a lot of electricity very quickly. So BGE asking you to conserve as much as you can. A BGE sent an email to customers saying a power plant experienced an unplanned disconnection from the electric system. BGE says it's working with the plant's owner to make repairs quickly, and crews are also evaluating if there's enough power in the region. Because of this, BGE asking customers to conserve their energy to avoid power outages. Some customers we spoke to say they're just fed up and annoyed with BGE after rate hikes earlier this year. They say this is a lose-lose situation for customers.
I have no sympathy for BG&E. I think BG&E has not done a good job for the citizens of the city, and I'm a city rat for my whole life, born and bred in Baltimore.
Everything's gotten more expensive, and so you can keep raising the bills, but money's got to come from somewhere to pay for them, and then we're simultaneously supposed to be using less and less to conserve. It's kind of an impossible situation.
If you're part of the Peak Rewards program, you'll want to listen up. There is a planned cycling event for you tonight that if you have your air conditioning.
Jib City.
This is motherfuckers ain't trying to make no executive orders to stop this kind of shit. To these motherfuckers, these are the type of motherfuckers, these power industries and motherfuckers that give kickbacks to these politicians.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying, Chak? These same, I mean, where's the executive order with this shit to stop all these fucking ridiculous? But see, they're working with the government because these data centers, man. They're working. They're cool with these price hikes. They're cool with these high ass fucking electric bills. You see what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me?
Artificial intelligence is making it easier than ever for scammers to trick consumers. Technology is being used to create hyper-realistic video and audio to impersonate people, in some cases targeting those looking for love or companies looking to hire. In a 2024 study, half of the businesses surveyed experienced AI deepfake fraud, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Maybe could we start off with a brief introduction into yourself?
You're watching a job interview, but the applicant on the left isn't exactly real.
I've been working in a software engineering area about 10 years.
Same with him.
So I've been a full stack engineer for 11 years.
Both are AI deepfakes, their faces altered, attempting to get a job with a stolen identity.
AI has blurred the line between what it is to be human and machine.
Vijay Balasubramanian is the CEO of Pindrop Security, a company that detects AI fraud. He says they've seen a 900% increase in AI scams in 2 years. Ironically, those fake applicants were trying to score a job with Pindrop.
A AI scammer applied for a security job, and your company detects AI scammers.
It is really shocking, but I think it's because these AI scammers are just applying to a wide variety of companies. Every fraudster is playing a numbers game.
Last year, the Justice Department accused North Korea of attempting to infiltrate more than 300 U.S. corporations with fake job applicants trying to extort the companies and gain access to private data.
Are these tools being used just for job scams?
No, we're seeing romance scams, we're seeing elder abuse, we're seeing account takeover, we're seeing hiring scams. It is crazy how it's breaking trust across the board in fundamental ways.
Pindrop tells us the biggest threat? AI bots impersonating customers to steal money and personal data from banks, insurance companies, and healthcare providers.
Damn, I've been talking the whole time and shit was on me. Yeah, man, that's some crazy shit though. But dang, Chak, what do you think about this, man? Frank, what do you think about this?
Robert? But see,
What do you think
I
about
think we should start using. I think black people should use that, bro. I think black people. I think this should be the perfect #1 tool for black people to use because it's harder for us to get jobs, especially out here in places like California, where these Mexicans do not hire black people, especially the women. For all that, we should use it for housing. We should use it for jobs, all that. No, I'm playing, but I'm just playing. But seriously, I mean, not to be no fraudulent motherfucker, but I could kind of see why people would go to a length to do something like this because a lot of jobs are fucking full of shit right now, and these jobs are doing the same thing. These jobs are doing the same thing to the applicants that they're accusing the applicants of doing to them. These jobs are giving you fake posts. They're giving you AI. AI is reading the resumes. How you gonna pick a real person, a good candidate, if AI is reading?
Basically, what you're saying. Basically, you're saying, I understand what the people are doing, but you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, the companies are doing the same thing that they're accusing these people of doing to the company of the fake AI. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. Fake jobs, fake postings. Okay, well these motherfuckers are doing using fake deep state shit to get these real jobs. Fuck it. You can't blame the person, bro. The companies is just as shady, bro. You know how hard it is, bro. Right now, you know how hard it is to find a job, bro. I'm talking about a regular fucking 17 an hour job, bro. Like it's to the point where it's always not always, but I mean it's bad, bro. You know, it's really bad, bro. A lot of these, and then see what it is. A lot of these corporations are just looking out for their bottom line. So they look out for how they look out for their bottom line is. You see what I'm saying? Which is the corporation. You got to put a job for, hey, hiring for this and that, and that shit don't necessarily even be a real fucking position, bro. It'd be a fake position. You know what I'm saying? And then what they'll do, don't be surprised. 6 months, a year down the line, you get a call from these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And then what it is, don't be surprised. You doing job hunting and you get a lot of calls from these spammer calls, bro. They sell your information. These people sell your information. These jobs sell your information. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, people are like, yeah, no wonder why we get all these spammer calls. Yeah, of course, because they're selling your information.
Right.
So I look at it. From both angles. Look how hard it is. Now, if it wasn't hard, And it depends on what kind of job you see. These motherfuckers probably trying to finesse some really, 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 really lucrative fucking tech job or something. You know what I'm saying? But if it's that hard just for somebody just to get a $60 and $70 job, bro, what does that tell you nowadays about this economy, bro? You see what I'm saying? And they'll be like, and what it is, see, you won't get the job, and they won't tell you why you don't get the job, and they'll just send you the same AI fucking scripted fucking rejection letter. Oh, even though we enjoyed and we thought we was impressed by your resume, but we just decided to go with another applicant, or we just decided to go to another route. We just decided to not proceed with the hiring process. This is some stupid shit. You see what I'm saying? You know why it was? Because the job was fake, bro. That posting was fake. You know what I'm saying?
You got a point there. I mean, well, since you bring that up, is this fake too?
Oh yeah, that's fake too.
I started in 1986. 30 years later, decided to complete my goals, earning my degree with Purdue.
Oh yeah, this is ridiculous. I had this happen to me at a rally before.
Fast food drive-thru is getting an AI upgrade.
This guy, Rich Jamil, here to show us how artificial intelligence is taking orders in today's rich.
I said I had the AI. I like some months ago, well, like last year, a while ago, like last year time. It's the same thing. I was ordering some food at a rally. I don't know. There's Checkers out there, right? Checkers.
Yeah.
You heard of Rallies, right? Rallies Checker. That restaurant.
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
So I'm ordering food right there, but they got the damn robot, man. I'm like, yeah, this is ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous, man. And they're like, oh, it's so hard for teens and people that are just getting out of high school and people getting out of college to find jobs. No shit. Nigga, you replacing them with fucking robots, man. This country all these white people do is just skate. Everything is a scapegoat. Everything is an excuse. Everything is just as long as we don't be held accountable for this shit, let's just blame something else or somebody else. I'm getting tired of this shit, bro. This shit's really, really tiresome, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Brother? On Tech. Good morning.
Hello and welcome to Rich on Tech. May I take your order?
Yes, please.
Like that.
Hold the pickles.
There you go. Think about your last drive-through experience. The speaker could be staticky, and sometimes it might feel like there's a disconnect between you and that order taker. Well, now, as you might expect, AI is stepping in to make ordering faster, clearer, and more efficient.
Order when ready, please.
The next time you visit a drive-through, you might be surprised who's taking your order.
Honestly, it's the best tool we have ever gotten. I love it.
Anything else for you today?
No, thank you.
Okay, I've got it.
At this Wiener Schnitzel in Pico Rivera,
we're known for the chili cheese dog and the chili. It's really good.
the person taking your order isn't a person at all.
She is so smart. She knows everything. Everything from every menu item down to the last one.
Would you like barbecue, ranch, or buffalo dipping sauce?
Barbecue.
It's an AI voice system, and it takes orders clearly and quickly, freeing up humans for our jobs.
As soon as she's taking the order, she's greeting them, she's upselling them. They're bagging, they're cooking, they're making a shake.
The tech comes from a company called Presto. They're also working with Carl's Jr. and Taco John's.
So from a restaurant perspective, you get greater revenue or greater check size, and you also have more efficient or less labor costs, so you get a really significant impact.
The AI can handle noisy backgrounds and changing environments.
$21.98. You're all set. Please go ahead and pull up.
Thank you.
Our system can now do things such as coupons or special offers or very complicated combos.
It's also really good at upselling thanks to built-in predictive analytics.
Humans are actually pretty inconsistent and quite bad at upselling.
Our upsells have increased so much already.
When I tried it myself, it was friendly, but not exactly playful and not overly. It understood my order, moved quickly, and yes, upsold me on an all-beef dog.
Would you like to upgrade to a 100% all-beef dog?
Oh, for sure. I've got my first ever Wiener Schnitzel hot dog. That's pretty tasty.
Of course, there's still the big question. Will this new AI take jobs from humans?
A lot of what we talk about is labor redistribution, not labor replacement.
Presto, the company behind this tech, says their system has a non-intervention rate in the 90s, meaning it successfully handles most orders without any human help. All right, if you want to learn more, you can go to the website richontech.tv.
Why
Coming to
would you need
a
people
drive-through
there?
near you. The surprise of this story, I posted it on my Facebook page. That was my first time ever having a Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh.
And oh my.
All right.
Wait, this motherfucker never had
Wiener Schnitzel.
Chak, you there?
Yeah, man, I want some Wiener Schnitzels. That shit sound like that shit is homoerotic. Homoerotic.
Shit do,
A Wiener Schnitzel. Come on, man. Throw the pig in the blanket, bro. A Wiener Schnitzel.
Shaq, that shit. That's hilarious. That shit's funny, bro.
She did
Now-
this over.
Now this was crazy. I was just talking to a girl today that told me she had the she started to DoorDash more to make some more money. I said, let me look and see what's going on with DoorDash. Look at this here.
Timmy's chicken wing. She passed Friars to come here.
Now at 6, Milwaukee police investigating a frightening encounter for this DoorDash delivery driver.
Court documents say a customer allegedly followed Faith Morris home because of an undelivered food order.
Our Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan spoke with Faith today about her push for policy changes at DoorDash.
She picked up one of those bricks off of the neighbor's lawn and she threw it onto here.
A smashed windshield,
This looks like she was beating my car with the four-way.
a hammered hood,
Knocks my rearview mirror off, busts this window, and the whole window out here.
and passenger side windows now in pieces on the ground.
This ain't no junkyard car. This is a 2024.
Faith Morris's livelihood as a DoorDash delivery driver,
I can no longer work right now. I can't make deliveries.
now out of commission with $6,000 worth of damage. All over $18 worth of fast food.
I was outside for 10 minutes. This is the hood. I'm not about to sit outside with my kids in front of somebody's house I don't know for over 10 minutes.
This search warrant says Faith wasn't able to complete the delivery due to losing internet connection with the DoorDash app and returned home. Faith says that's when the customer bombarded her with calls.
She says, you just told me to have a blessed night. You said you was at home. I got your location.
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she saw the woman proceed to bash her car. She believes the customer was able to track her home using the app's GPS since the order was never delivered.
I actually need a lawyer so that by the end of this, I can own DoorDash and change the policy. Because first of all, yes, DoorDash policies need to change.
DoorDash sent TMJ for a statement that says this customer's actions are completely uncalled for, unacceptable, and disturbing. We have permanently banned them from our platform and are in touch with the Dasher directly to offer our support. The Milwaukee Police Department says the investigation is ongoing. We are seeking a known suspect at this time.
What do you hope happens to the person who did this to you?
I hope that they don't take this lightly at all. What she did, this is not warranted a 10-piece chicken.
So things can even happen when you're doing DoorDash.
Apparently to that fat broad it was.
Huh?
I said apparently to that fat broad it was.
Yeah.
You know, it was worth it to the broads that did it. You know, these people, these fat people. I mean, not just fat. These people. You did that over some food, bro, and did it to another black person. Yeah, man. Food. These motherfuckers with this food. These hungry. These overweight food. These foodie junkie motherfuckers, man. It's not that serious, man. And the funny thing about it, when you cancel the order, then fucking somebody else comes and delivers it, doesn't they? Don't they? They switch just like with Instacart, anything. One order, once somebody else cancels it, somebody else comes to get it, or they can either refund your money.
At Capital Group, we take care when crafting our active.
You know what I said?
Yeah,
these too petty, dude. These women, man. I mean, some men too, but these women, do, man, God, bro. What do you teach? Dude, man. This next generation is fucked.
Getting back to school, brothers. Getting back to school, brothers. Back to school, brothers.
This next generation.
Into classroom across the DMV, and today is the first day of school in Spotsylvania County. We're talking with the superintendent about two big issues: staffing shortages and safety.
7 News reporter Kelly Lynn is live for us outside Riverbend High School in Fredericksburg to tell us how the school system is addressing those issues in the new school year. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning. I'm smiling because I have the cheerleaders and the band members with me on this first day back. Yesterday was transition day. We saw kindergartners as well as 6th graders and 9th graders come back to school today. Everybody is back, and there are two important issues that the school system is dealing with this year. That is a staffing shortage as well as student safety. That's always a priority. So I want to tell you what's being done about the staffing problems. The superintendent telling me as
they had 27 teachers. Philippines, Jamaica.
What? See, that's what I be talking about. That's what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers are want to never bring no. They don't want to. It's always outsourced. There's always some weird shit these motherfuckers doing. They don't never want to bring the. You know what I'm saying? They did shit to where you can't bring the manufacturer back in there. That shit's almost impossible. It'll take like 10+ years to do that. Economics is fucked up. That's never going to change. You got the damn robots now. I mean, it's going to change because you got the robots now. Why don't they just fucking make free fucking college free schooling for these people to go to school for, or programs or places to where you could go to school for free to be a fucking teacher or a preschool teacher? It's not hard. All they have to do is write a bill and fucking incentivize the shit. There's on the contract in those bills, you could subsidize how many people and how many employees that they're supposed to hire, bro. It's not hard, bro. It's not hard. That's what I hate about this country. But you know what? This country is an immigrant country anyway, bro. This is immigrant. This is some immigrant no man's land shit. This is where the immigrants thrive. The real indigenous people from this country don't get shit, and the immigrants get everything. Y'all notice that? It's like that in this country or not? In this corporation?
Well,
why do you need Filipinos and Jamaicans to come here for do this shit, bro? Why? Why not train? And they talking about, oh, these kids don't want to work. That's bullshit. Motherfuckers do want to work. They keep doing this shit. The more and more you're making it harder for motherfuckers to work. You're making it. You're giving less opportunities out. So if there's less opportunities, won't that mean there's less work?
Well, let me say this, because this is Spotsylvania County, probably about 45 minutes to out the road, right?
What's it again?
This is Spotsylvania County, probably about 45 minutes to hour up the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's kind of funny to me because Spotsylvania, got some black people there, but it's a whole lot of white. First of all, you guys have some money to live in Spotsylvania or Fredericksburg anyway. So in that area, for the most part, that's getting up there, like getting closer to DC and stuff. Maybe about 45 minutes an hour from DC. Manassas, Virginia, Woodbridge, Fairfax, Alexander, all them areas. So these some pretty affluent people that usually live in these areas, bro, up here. So you got some country areas too. So wherever they hiring them at, they can make a nice little salary if they paying them right. So I just wanted to know that. All right.
As of last week, there were 85 full-time vacant teaching positions. He says this is a 40 to 50% improvement over last year. And to make up for the national teachers, many of the teachers are from the Philippines as well as Jamaica, and to improve student safety as well as district policy compliance. The school system has implemented a new progressive discipline policy for employees. The first step for a minor offense is an oral reprimand and an email. Now, additional violations could lead to suspension, demotion, or ultimately termination. Dr. Clinton Mitchell tells me he introduced the proposal 2 months ago, and the school board approved it in July.
About expectation. It was not one event that led to the policy. It was a fundamental philosophy that I have as a leader to make things very clear for my staff and for my administrators.
And Dr. Mitchell says that the policy is now in the implementation phase. He expects training to begin for principals in September. If you'd like to read more about it, you can go to our homepage, and you can also read more about the new AI literacy plan that is also getting underway this school year. But right now, we want the band, the cheerleaders, to do their thing as we take you into the next story.
Just like I said, ain't gonna be too many Negroes going to this school, so I'm gonna let you know that right now. Know that for a fact. Been to Spotsylvania plenty of times. I almost out there last week.
Spotsylvania. It sounds kind of crackerish. Sound like a lot of meal in there.
Spotsylvania, Fredericksburg. Yeah, but that's not what I brought out. They going to school a week early, but they got the cell phone policy now. My thing with the cell phone policy, ain't it money funny that they got the cell phone policy going on at the same time on Instagram and TikTok and all the things going through this age verification thing? Ain't that kind of odd they're doing it all at the same time?
Mm-hmm. Right. Interesting.
Yeah, I just wonder what kind of psyops they're gonna get to run at these goddamn schools, these damn campuses.
Oh yeah. Especially
this
the ones
thing
that
called-
they said the Texas they said that they can't have phones out
Imagine being able to build.
Now look,
Something like that. I haven't looked
let me
into
say
the
this
law.
about this T app. These women is some kind of mad about this T app. They got an app called T or something, right? And they kind of mad about some T wasn't supposed to put no photos and stuff out, but they leaking information.
Up so many things. It was marketed as an app for women to talk safely and anonymously about the men they're dating.
Just download the T app, type in his name, and you can literally see if he has red flags or green flags.
Now it's a nationwide security nightmare.
What are we doing about the T app leak? Like, this is not okay.
The T app announcing a massive data breach to their systems last week. Roughly 72,000 images, including 13,000 verification selfies and images of government IDs have been leaked online. The company adding today some private direct messages were also accessed in the breach, and they have since disabled that function.
Unfortunately, the T app was not secured the way that it was supposed to. They didn't encrypt or protect that data.
T says, quote, during our early stages of development, some legacy content was not migrated into our new fortified system. Unauthorized
over in 2021. Let's go and go through her story because she's asking for more assistance after getting 30,000, ladies and gentlemen, 30,000, not 300, not 3,000.
Yo, what is that in the background?
Migrant mother.
Chak, who? What y'all think about this? This is sound like some bullshit, bro.
actor accessed our identifier link where data was stored before February 24th, 2024. Launched in 2023, the app was advertised as a space for women to find out more information about the men, sharing notes with other women, and offering self-described dating safety tools like background checks, sex offender and criminal record searches, and catfish image searches.
All you have to do is drop in his name into T's criminal record search.
The T community had more than 4 million users, exploding in recent weeks, surging to the #1 spot in the Apple App Store. But now, troves of personal information of some of those users available for anyone to see online. A Google map that allegedly shows the addresses of users, as well as a website called T-Spill that allows anyone to rate the leaked selfie of T-app users.
I was racking my brain, feeling anxiety about, oh my gosh, like my information might be leaked out there.
This TikToker, instead of using her real name, prefers to go by her username, person with job, has used the T-app for about 6 months.
It was really to just quickly search who I was matching with on dating apps.
But now she's concerned her information could be out there too.
There's a lot of trust that has been lost through this whole experience.
T says the breach only affects users who signed up before February 2024, and they have, quote, engaged third-party cybersecurity experts and are working around the clock to secure their systems.
When a data breach like this happens, it really is scary for the users because you can't just go and change your address. That's where you live, and there's a physical security risk there.
The T app now desperately trying to contain this sensitive spill of information.
Now, if you are watching and you are among those impacted, we asked our expert who told us there are 3 things that you should do immediately. The first, free credit. The second, lock down any information from data brokerage sites. You can do that individually. You can request your information to be taken down, or you can pay a data breach removal tool to do it for you. And lastly, make sure you are using long, random, unique passwords that you are changing frequently. But of course, Tom, make sure you keep track of.
That's some crazy shit. All right. It's crazy, ain't it? So yeah, the women was using the T app to check your profile and somebody opened their profile.
Right. So hold on. They let these motherfuckers violate people's rights, right? Probably going to public, because these are public searches and shit. So they doing public searches, but they want to be private, hide behind arbitrage. Now who's the predator now? Who is your goddamn gonna predator, bro? Ain't that predator behavior?
That is some predator.
You can hide behind the avatar, fake ass screen name. Go look information up about the dude, and y'all can share and shit on him. That's still his script.
That's stupid, man.
Some of these motherfuckers are scammers. Some of these motherfuckers got criminal records. The hell? Y'all just let the women, hold on, bro. Y'all just let the female scammers, because that's what they are. Y'all let the female scammers just run rampant. That's just the same thing with the internet, social media. With the damn pedophiles and the scammers and shit, got everybody information and shit, bro. But they thought it was a one-way street.
That is a
the psychology of these nuts, bro.
But they are mad because they said their images and text messages DMs got leaked and their address on file and stuff, and they kind of upset about it. They might be fearing somebody about to come to their house. I don't know. The shit kind of wild though.
Man, first of all, they shouldn't have been on an app like that. Now y'all want to be on an app because we already know these apps. Your information get traded through, and you are through the agreement. It get traded through other third party apps and stuff like that. So it's easy for somebody to hack that type of stuff.
Now, I ain't even knowing about no damn T app until a couple of days ago. I heard somebody talking about how they were mad with these people and shit, and they need to be sued for the shit they did. But in reality, maybe so. But guess what? Y'all been getting a whole lot of information on people too. So
on me, and y'all they bashing me because see, I heard about it. I you know what? I think somebody told me about something like that, about how it's an app somewhere, and that might be where the women can pretty much collude together and be like, nah, they just go in and bash on dudes and shit.
That is the app. They just told you on the app. They tell you when the dude got green flags and red flags.
Bro, if I was any dude on the app, I'd be suing.
Well, guess what? Guess what? The only way you're gonna be able to be a male on the app if you register a female. Because I looked it up. I said, "Dad, it's an all female app. There ain't supposed to be no men allowed on this motherfucker."
So they got all female apps. See, that's what I'm saying. That's predatory, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now we want our women. We want the women. It ain't we can't even call it our women anymore, friend. But we do want the women to be protected. But goddamn, they gotta protect themselves. You going in and you thinking that you looking somebody else up. It's an open door. You open the door. You
know what? Let me look at it. Let me tell you. I talked to a chick earlier today. She texted me back and forth. And she said, "Yeah, I'm with my dog. My dog is tired. I've been on a long trip, XYZ, right?" She was like, me and my dog, we like evening walks or whatever. And I said, "Oh, you got a dog? What kind of dog is it?" she was like, before I tell you what kind of dog is it, what kind of dog you think I have? I hope it ain't. I told her I hope it ain't no small dogs. I don't like small dogs, whatever. I like, dog with some size to them because unless you packing, you got a little small dog. Dog ain't doing nothing. A little small dog just bark a lot. She like, oh no. She was like, I don't know why people think I got small dog. She like, I don't. I got a pit bull and pit bull mixed with something. I forgot what. I think it was like a hound dog or something. But yeah, so she got him a rescue or whatever. But what I'm saying is, what if men, and it could be out there, I'm not sure. What if men had the same, app where they doing those on the women wouldn't like that, right? See what I'm saying? So this thing can go left real quick. See, they go a little too far with this and dumb shit like this, but now they crying that their information out there, their address out there, and all this. So tough luck.
Now, was it Christian like?
No. But it could be if they looking for church man, because they did say.
They ain't got no. Don't even go there. The church man is in the church. They ain't on no damn app. Get your butt up and go to church and go to the church event. The pastors, they know where the place to go.
Hey, well, I'm telling you, they said the green flags are red flags. So that means them motherfuckers actually. Wait a minute, man. This might be one of them apps where them women paying to see, paying on these apps.
That's exactly what it is. It sounds like they're paying for the information, public information that the app probably already got it. So obviously they could put the man name in there, and the app is going to automatically pull up a lot of all the public information that they could put in. That's why I said we need to sue that motherfucking app because they got a lot of shit that my people, my number. You can it's just a regular little thing that's free. But like you said, for more information on that person, because right now I can I think it's called My People. It's one I could type y'all phone number in. I've done it before. I said, let me try this shit. You can type somebody's phone number in and just all the public information that they got that's associated to that phone number, it pulls up. Now, to get, like you said, to get more detailed, that's where it come in where you got to pay. So you're right, you're gonna have to pay for the more detailed information because it's gonna pull all the names up. So if I pull up, type a number in, it's gonna probably give me every name that's associated to that number or was associated to that number, and the addresses and stuff like that. And that's on
What
the
if
free.
you could taste the movies?
But to get more information, you gotta to get more in-depth information, you get paid for it.
Well, look, let me play this for like 3 minutes. I learned a lot about this over the last couple weeks. I just thought this shit was funny as hell.
Has happened, and I've literally only just learned about it in the last day or two. But man, this is pretty funny. But it's also one of those sort of you get what you fucking deserve stories. Because if there's one thing, so that there is a certain kind of woman who thrives in the longhouse. They thrive using social power to destroy men, to damage men. And they think that this is a form of self-defense, or at least they lie to themselves and say that it's a form of self-defense. And so this is how the longhouse ends up getting created. The women who will use gossip for control will, if they can, band together and take over a social domain. And this is what the T-app, I guess, is, but I mean, who would use it now? And you'll understand why I say that in a minute. So the parrot's actually on my shoulder for once, by the way, and there are feathers floating around because it's flown around and like little feathers get in your face. I figured out why the parrot doesn't want to sit on my shoulder. The parrot wasn't angry with me. The parrot was angry with my air conditioning unit that sits behind me that I had on. If I turn that off, she's very happy to sit on my shoulder. In fact, she was very eager to see me today. However, it's really warm now, so I'm just going to boil to death. But anyway, let's crack on. So this T-app, you can only get it if you're a woman, and they filter out applicants who aren't women. No idea whether that includes trans women or not, but look at how they advertise it. Use T to find verified identified green flag men, run background checks, identify potential catfish, verify he's not a sex offender, check for criminal history. Now, I can't help but feel that this sounds a lot like, I think it was Candace Owens and her social autopsy app, where a profile would be made about you by other people, and then whoever wanted to could just add to it over time. And I think that seems to be how this is. So it's kind of a reverse form of social media. A platform you don't have access to starts putting information you can't curate about you on the internet for other people to essentially maliciously gossip about you at the very best. And at very worst, it seems it could be, well, like a doxing and harassment app. So I'm surprised this is even allowed on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Use the bloody thing. Like, that seems... I mean, it seems like it would be illegal, right? You're supposed to possess your data. So, I mean, any company, if you email them, they have to give you the data they have on you. But anyway, so this app went viral, and you're not going to be surprised to hear that it turned out to not be a very nice place. Here's an article from a woman in the Times who was like, yeah, I went on it, and man, it was a lot more toxic than I expected. 1 million women in the US are slamming past dates for ghosting on women who are so annoyed that they got ghosted or lied to or whatever. They're going to go on an app and obsess about the guy who did it. Yeah, I can imagine it's pretty toxic. Apparently, this came sort of concept of the "Are we dating the same guy?" viral Facebook group. Again, just, honestly, ladies, just move on if you're not happy with this particular guy. But she points out that it is a dramatically toxic place. Now, understandably, men are not happy about this. The app can expose phone numbers, perform background checks, dig up criminal histories and public records, but it is the Tea Party group chat that's causing the most concern for disgruntled male daters. While the app uses a moderation tool called SafeSip to remove harmful content, men on X are complaining that they're being doxxed. One man laments it's a place where women can tell a one-sided story about men and damage their name without any context proof. Another worries a future destroyed by surveillance by our peers, and that is a genuine concern. I mean, like, is the dating world not bad enough at the moment, rather without allowing the den mothers to take over, like it's so weird, to turn the entire country into a massive longhouse under the reign of resentful, and I'm not going to spoil the kind of woman who's been using it, but the resentful den mothers. Like, is that actually a good thing? But anyway, the lady got onto it. It takes a while to do this, apparently. So they've got lots of verification. She's got to make sure you are a woman. Again, don't know what their opinion on trans is. You don't have to get inside the T app to feel its toxicity. Screenshots from the app on Reddit reveal some shocking claims from female users. Avoid this man! Exclamation mark, says one. His name is redacted. He has mouth herpes and STDs. He lies to get what he wants and then will ghost you after. Right. So what this is the top 20% of men and the mid-range sort of 50% of women salty. Well, probably not even 50%. Probably the sort of like 4 to 6s who can manage to, when one of these guys is like, yeah, okay, I just want to shag, has sex with them, lies to them, and then ghosts them afterwards. This is where these wounded, delusional den mothers go to bitch and moan and try and ruin his life, right? That's what this is, isn't it? Another man is described as a abusive pathological liar, maniac and victim mentality, loves drama. Hey, you picked him. You were like, oh, he's good looking on a dating app. He said yes. He ghosted you, caused a bit of trouble in your life. And you can see that these women were punching above their weight, because it's not that hard for an average woman to get a guy into bed. The question is, are you keeping him?
Wow. Interesting.
having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need Batman.
Stop. We may have taken dynamic pricing like a little bit too far. Like, why did I just get my storage unit bill? And it has gone up over 100% in 11 months. Over 100%.
The prices change throughout the day.
So I just lost $4,000 at my newest Airbnb this summer. We got a ton of bookings in right away for July and August, and that's when we realized that the rates were too low. This is why it's so important that you use dynamic pricing.
Or you just mentioned that you also use this so-called dynamic pricing for seats, for seat fees. Why do you make people enter in their age and their geographic location and their gender before they can even see the cost of a seat?
The price you see online right now might be different from what your neighbor sees because corporations are using AI to decide what they believe we can't afford to pay, effectively squeezing every last dollar out of us. The best example of dynamic pricing is Uber. Uber has long used what they call surge pricing to charge users more during peak flooding, and Uber took advantage of this situation, charging astronomical prices for rides.
The subways are literally flooding daily now. Excuse me, $152. That should be $40 to $50, maybe maximum. Let me what happened when I checked Lyft. Hello? You want me to pay $265?
But what Uber is doing is more than simple supply and demand. Through the app, they can see, do you own an iPhone or an Android? Did you pay with a corporate credit card? Allegedly, using all of this information, they can increase the price of your ride.
Uber has been accused of charging people more if their phone battery is low. It reported that when two identical requests were made to go to and from the same location.
Now, dynamic pricing isn't actually new. Companies like Ticketmaster, Amazon, and Tinder have been using algorithms to set prices differently based on users' age, the weather condition, and even how close they are to a store. Allegedly, Target has charged customers $100 more for the same TV if they were in the Target parking lot versus pricing is being taken to a whole new extreme with the use of AI. AI can effectively find our pain point, what we're most willing to pay for an item, and it functions autonomously, making its own predictions and learning from those outcomes. Corporations already have massive amounts of user data, from the data they collect when we shop at their stores to the data they purchase from third-party data brokers. And now with the introduction of online age verification, soon AI will know exactly who we are.
It's a backdoor, really, for this big brother style of surveillance, because the types of ID checks that they could use here on Google, James, are a government-issued ID. They could do facial scanning to estimate your age, and they could also look at your previous search history. They're going to check out what you're looking at, all under the guise of safety.
One of the many legitimate concerns about this online age verification is that it will allow these massive corporations to have even more data about us. By uploading our IDs, we're effectively giving them access to both private and public data.
Say what again, bro? Say what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
We was warned that this stuff was coming. All this surveillance, all this invading of privacy, going overboard with invading privacy. Now they allow, I guess you can say, corporations or organizations or both to use this type of technology. They've been using, like you said, right? Collecting data.
Mm-hmm.
And the government and all this. Now everybody can use it on you now. You see? TF, Uber, all of these department stores and stuff using it. That's no more privacy, man.
Man.
Not for the everyday person, Frank.
That's right.
Now when people can just look your information, and like you said, back in the day, your information was in the white pages. phone book number and stuff like that. So this stuff ain't new, right? So it ain't new. Because remember, businesses, whether it's a hospital, restaurant, automotive, anything, insurance, anything, it's in the phone book. The white pages is residents with regular people with regular residents. Your information was in there. And once again, I don't know what that process is, Bernard. Who decided to put people's numbers? Was it? I mean, we didn't do a research on that. Was it some type of process of authorizing your information to be logged into the phone books? Have you did any research that on that?
No, we would have to go look at that. But the crazy thing about it, they actually still, a couple of years ago, people still used to get phone books. I don't know if they get them anymore, but it's kind of interesting.
I wonder, can you pull the white pages up on the app? Let me see. What Google's starting to be not that trustworthy. Hey Google, is there any way I can pull up the white pages from the phone book on the internet? You heard that?
What you said? Nah.
Okay, yeah, pretty much you can.
Yep.
Yeah, you pretty much can. I mean, everything is Disney. Everything, like you said, man, that's another thing too. We got to talk about too. Well, we constantly be talking about it, but to add it into the conversation because it's very prevalent. The data centers, these mega data centers that they build, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fiber optic, because that's a major connector there. The fiber optic wires that they lay up under the grounds now. That's a major connection for these data centers and just processing data instead of the wires that's above the ground.
Yeah.
See, they can get more power for them wires up under the ground. They're fiber optic. I guess it's faster. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yep.
Okay. So all these data centers and stuff that they're gonna have to build because of the 5G. You know what I'm saying? They want all this data. They want to be able to surveil pretty much every landmass. You know what I mean? They don't want nothing to be ungridded per se. They can access it from anywhere, remotely from anywhere. Your data is being pulled from everywhere, digitally. Pull everything that you filled out from the time you was a baby in the hospital. All information that it's been, like you said, obviously it's getting digitally stored. It's been digitally stored. So we just have become a big. We went from we still debt slaves to data slaves. Just walking motherfucking goddamn information. Motherfuckers can surveil you, just collect data on you and sell that data, sell it back to you, or sell it to other companies and stuff so they can sell you products. I looked up one time, I was looking up stuff for, men's health. I get all this goddamn erectile videos popping up in the algorithm. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Frank, oh, look this up. Oh, did I send it to you? The FDA just approved a new anal condom. Now, come on, Bernard. You're promoting the dysfunctional.
Yeah.
What does a condom do? A condom, bro. Somebody's having. I was saying this Frank earlier. Somebody having anal sex with a condom. It may protect the person that's having, but it's not gonna protect the person that's getting. You know what I'm saying? Penetrated.
Nope.
No, because you're pushing. Like I said, the person that's getting penetrated, I would imagine, it'd be the person that's on bottom. These days, you don't never know what position they're in. Shit. But you're pushing fecal matter. You're pushing, you know what I'm saying? Blood, all type of toxins back up in the body. That it's nowhere near you can tell me that that's healthy and that's safe. No way.
It's not.
And that's another reason why these people are walking around crazy, because they got bacteria literally bagged back up into their brain. Fecal matter and all type of stuff backed up into their brain, backed up in their body. That's participating in that type of activity.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit. I would say in closing, the first thing I played was that case about the people. We had the high school shooting 2 years ago, and they said nobody was charged with teenagers shooting in self-defense, and nobody was charged with shooting. So,
what was this at?
Downtown Richmond. A couple years ago, I tell you about a high school graduation shooting. They came out with the final report today or yesterday and said that nobody's really charged for it. They killed the man. I think they killed the boy and his stepdaddy. Or maybe they just killed stepdaddy. They got the shooting at the graduation a couple years ago. But they said they didn't.
Nobody's gonna be charged.
Said somebody. Nope, not a damn so. Because they said that somebody, the people they found the shots, but somebody that one of them threw the guns in the James River, and the other one they were teenagers shooting, but they were shooting in self-defense.
Whoa, what?
So, you heard what I said, man. They were shooting.
How was they shooting self-defense if they? So how many guns did they found on them?
Shit. Oh, they said one of the shooters threw the gun in James River.
Okay, so if it was self-defense, why would he have to get rid of the gun?
Be charged for.
If it was self-defense, why he had to get rid of the gun then?
I told you they said they were teenagers shooting.
There was other people shooting at them?
I guess, or might have been shooting in the crowd.
It was other people. It was more than just the one. That's what I'm saying. I'm confused.
Let me find that video again before I go. Let me find that video. I let you hear it because it was some funky shit going on. This, but then again, yeah, I can. Richmond make wild shit like this. Shit happens all the time. But anyways,
well, like I said, they want us to kill ourselves off anyway. So we we helping.
I know what happened at graduation a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember the situation where they supposed to been the guys rolled up on the son or some stuff coming out the graduation and shot the son and the daddy, right? Coming out the graduation, right?
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Did they have firearms on them too? The son and father? The father and son?
I don't think so.
So how the hell is it self-defense?
These motherfuckers be lying, bro.
I'm gonna let the police chief explain it to you, bro. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. This shit kind of crazy.
I am.
History.
In a 7.5-minute video, Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards walks through evidence and information.
Oh, he got Edwards'
says
last name. Oh, my
detectives
God.
had not been able to collect from the mass shooting that left 18-year-old graduate Sean Jackson and his stepfather, 36-year-old Renzo Smith, dead and several more injured 2 years ago.
Detectives determined that this incident began with Amari Pollard shooting at Sean Jackson a total of 6 times. As you know, following a 4-day jury trial, Amari Pollard pled guilty to first-degree murder and use of a firearm during the commission of the murder of Sean Jackson.
Edwards says they're now able to release previously withheld information as prosecutors said no more charges would be brought, namely against 2 teens also involved in the shooting. Edwards says 4 guns were recovered from the scene, 1 from Amari Pollard, 2 from Smith, and a 4th from a parked car that was never fired. However, Edwards says neither weapon used by the teens was ever recovered.
One juvenile reported that he dropped the firearm he used in the James River. Several attempts were made by dive teams, but they were unable to recover this firearm.
Police say they found a gun at the home of the second juvenile, but never matched it to bullets recovered from the scene. Edwards then showed video of one of the teens firing as Renzo Smith ran in front of him. He says police ruled out Pollard as the responsible gunman in Smith's case.
It's important to note that the bullet that struck Renzo Smith in his back was recovered and is suitable for comparison. However, that firearm has yet to be located.
Edwards also showed the other teen firing his gun at Pollard as a red sedan drove between them. Edwards says while both juveniles were charged with weapons violations, neither would be further charged because no bullets recovered from the other injured victims could be connected to any firearm recovered, and because it was determined they were shooting in defense of others.
Therefore, the forensic evidence could not and did not conclusively establish beyond a reasonable doubt which, if either, juvenile caused the injuries to any person during the shooting.
And Edwards also clarified a few other details in this video.
Slow the hell
that
up,
Jackson
bro.
was never armed at any point in any of.
Bruh. Hold on, Frank. This sounds like a cover-up. Bruh. My cousin got locked up for having a gun off campus. They lied. Somebody lied and said he had it on campus where he supposed to be in the school hour. Waving it on his social media platform, bro. Off school campus. Huh?
Hey, they said it.
They went to the school the next day, bro.
They said the teens were shooting in defense of others. That's why they didn't lock them up. I said, wait.
I don't give a damn. Bro, we can't go out there and just shoot around. I don't give. That's always still. You have a right to defend yourself, but that still don't escape you from any liability, bro. You feel me? Especially when innocent people get hit by gunfire. Now, how they lying and saying it was self-defense when they say the other 2 motherfuckers didn't even fire their weapons? Is that not what they said? They said it was 4 weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 never fired. They claim it was some people in the car. They never fired, correct? Ain't that what I heard?
Yes, you heard it, right?
But he said the one dude shot the dude 6 times, right? On camera.
Oh, man. You know the deal, bro.
Huh?
Ain't no love in the heart of the city, brother.
And he's a teen, so they definitely didn't have what's the name? What's the age limit for firearm in Virginia? 18, right?
21. Right? No,
21. So these were teens.
Yeah, it's 21. Yeah.
So because they can't find the weapon, but you got the video evidence, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we couldn't match the bullets. Frank, they didn't lock motherfuckers up for motherfuckers. A witness said you said you shoot or kill somebody, bro. We just killed somebody with no weapon. They didn't lock motherfuckers up with a body that hasn't been found, but because they was hard up on getting somebody, never found the body, never found the whatever weapon that would have did. How would you better find a weapon if there was no body? So you don't even know what weapon. If that person, you can't even find a body. So how can you charge a motherfucker with That's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers do what they want to do, bro. Fuck the law. Well, I don't give a damn what's written. If I feel like you're guilty or innocent, same thing was going on with Trump. Same thing going on with Diddy trial. You know what I'm saying? If we find you, if we think that you are guilty, we're going to find something to hold you on. But in this situation, I'm trying to understand why they didn't. Normally, they would have been all over this. Everybody with a firearm would have been locked up. That's weird. That's weird.
You're right. It is weird. I'm glad I let you hear it to analyze the situation on that. Because we were rambling on that. But nevertheless, go ahead and shout your information, brother. And don't worry about it. Police let dumb shit like they go around all the time. They stole my gun. I ain't find that shit in 5 years. Fuck that. Oh, yeah.
Damn. Damn, do they need to sing the National Guard and VA?
Half the National Guard in VA.
Oh, my God. Yeah, y'all up there with Quantico and all that shit. Damn, Frank. Oh, my God. Damn.
Yep, Quantico.
The Pentagon and all that shit.
Yep. That's right.
Wow.
Got all that going on, bro.
But yeah, I can tap in with me, man. And I'm saying Chak Wall on Instagram, YouTube, and Chak was on Facebook, dog. I might be going live Monday. I mean, what's tomorrow? Wednesday? I got to go to computer training, keyboard training tomorrow. But I might live stream on Instagram since I can still live stream with my iPhone, but I still think it's weird.
That is some bullshit.
On Instagram, Frank, you can live stream if you got an iPhone.
Damn.
No matter how many kind of followers you got, but I guess you got an Android. See, that's another man. Come on, man. That's another way to get people that ain't got iPhones and kind of persuade them to get an iPhone. Damn.
That's exactly
wow.
what
You didn't talk about that, huh, you Frank?
Just like with StreamYard, they trying to force me now. They're trying to force me to just keep buying. Like I can't just carry out the free trial with the rest of my minutes and then think about my minutes is up. Let me think about buying again. They didn't even want me to do that. Like, why don't you just let me finish up my minutes, bro? Finish up my fucking time, then think about buying again. Now that's some fucking bullshit. Like, really? Like, these people don't care about, dude. This man, customer service is not. That shit is a thing of the past, man. It's all about greed, man. These companies, I blame these companies too, though. And these are regular, everyday people working at these companies. People just change, man. The society, see what I'm saying? No sympathy and empathy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and Instagram, and then all this shit. Which I guess tomorrow's supposed to be the day where they want motherfuckers to show their ID or some shit. Did you play that, BJ?
I played the other day.
With that fucking ID shit, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's some control shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And more,
hey, look, we are officially going into the have and have-nots. So you're going to want to have. So, like you said, man, this is a marketing, bro. This is a corporate takeover, marketing, government, corporate tyranny, bro. Because it's like
fascism,
and it's like fascism, peer pressure at a million. God damn, because it's almost like, oh well, you don't, because you already had people out here shaming people because you ain't got an iPhone. Oh, you got the blue. What's the name? If you ain't got the green or some shit, what is it? You ain't got the green thing on your text message or stuff. They could tell if you didn't have an iPhone. People already would shame you because you didn't have an iPhone.
I know
it's another level. Remember?
And then like the 2002, man, you ain't lying. 2015, 14, 13, like I was fucking with. I used to mess with bras, bro. And low key, they should try to like, you know what I'm saying? People, period, they should try to like low key clown, bro. I didn't have an iPhone, like low key try to like, oh yeah, like try to like, you know what I'm saying? Or not even just like try to like, oh, like sales pitch it to me, man. I don't need no damn iPhone. I do got a MacBook though. It's a dope ass computer, but I mean, I'll probably get one eventually. I mean, maybe eventually, but
you gonna get one, baby. Look, the peer pressure, the heat is on, Frank. You gonna get one.
But look, but I got this computer, so it's just like,
nah, nigga.
You know, why would I need?
You getting the iPhone because I'm gonna tell you. Why? Because I'm seeing the moves, bro. If these apps are doing that, where you got better features with the iPhone, maybe you got, you know, because they proclaim that they got the security and all this stuff. You can log in. You got the security with the iPhone and all this. You know what I'm talking about? But yet, a lot of things you got to purchase, like you said. Samsung, Microsoft got free stuff, but at the same time, they got a lot of. I don't know, that's weird because they got a lot of control too. We know they working with the government, so all your information that you putting in through Google and Microsoft, because Samsung is run through Microsoft. You feel me?
Yeah.
Which is who? Bill Gates. Matter of fact, he just I just seen a clip on something with Bill Gates doing something. Oh man, yeah, you gotta check some of them Instagram clips I sent you. I might pull some of them up tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon when they get off, when they get back to the crib. But yeah, man, this is domestic corporate monopoly, man, at its finest, Frank. They pretty much intimidating and persuading you to buy the product. You know what I'm saying? There was a little small movement of people going back to flip phones, but I don't know, man.
Facts.
I don't know. Like you said, the have and have nots, man. Either with the in crowd or not. And a lot of motherfuckers been faking till they make it. But you know damn well they never make it. So you'll just be forever faking. A lot of people, probably 98% of people online is faking it. And that's been, you know, you got motherfuckers homeless and they be training for like they, you know what I'm saying, like they get big bank. So you got all the scammers and shit, schemers and scammers and panhandlers on social media. Everybody got a profile. Hey, motherfuckers got 4 or 5 profiles.
Well,
You can be 4 or 5 different motherfuckers online.
Well, yeah, Frank Green has information.
Yeah, y'all can hit me up at XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube, man. My channel's down, man. So much. I might, since they doing that, I might just go to like mess with Restream. You know what I'm saying? Try their free little thing, and just, you know what I'm saying, if it's good enough, or you know, if I'm able to just keep the same hours and just like, you know what I'm saying, and just cut them, I could do that and just keep the free trial for a while and maybe upgrade or something. But my numbers get up. But other than that, I'm just gonna probably just try Restream because I didn't like how StreamYard did me. That was dirty. So yeah, man, you can catch me on YouTube. I mean on Instagram too, and then Instagram Frank Jones 8115. I got 2 Instagrams on there, man. So I gotta start hustling, man. I'm starting thinking about. I've just been thinking about a lot of stuff, man. A lot of ideas, man. I gotta put them in play. I'm trying to make it to where I don't ever got to work again. I ain't never trying to.
Frank, you got to post every day, man. It's better. That's what I'm saying. Right, once you start posting every day, then you got to start following them. Because like even on Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. And some of these other people, like they turn their profiles to professional profiles or certain specific, like maybe digital content creator or some. No, definitely when you turn to the professional, it's going to give you challenges to do. It's going to be like, you know, post 7 new public posts, mm-hmm. or try to
try to get 10 new followers, and then to give you challenges to show you. Even YouTube do that. Once you start like really getting involved with it, like actually tapping into all the features and shit, they're gonna automatically send you pointers and tips on how you can get your viewership up and how you can get. But once you start getting it up, you gotta follow those little tips and little like shorts. Do your shorts, so many shorts. You gotta constantly be posting. So it's really tricking you to really for everybody to obviously to be online all the time, because you almost got to post down there every day. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay active every day, posting. You know what I'm saying? Like, sharing, commenting. These are all activities that show that you are, you know, that this account is active. It ain't just sitting dormant. It's active. So they reward you with followers. They reward you with other little badges and certain little tips and shit on how you can, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm gonna start. Yeah, I want to get to that.
But it's all to get you in to feed the algorithm. And so you go, once you're in the algorithm, you gotta do the hashtags and chase the damn trend and shit. So it's like I was still like, is you in the matrix? Is you still? It's like you're creating a page for followers, but you actually really are the follower, because you gotta follow the trend to keep up with the you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
You think these people just getting 100,000, 100K? No, they completing all these tasks and shit. They working hard. They working full time.
You give me some game, Shaq. You know what? Behind the scene, we'll oh yeah, man, that's good looking out, man. Because I was thinking about something.
But yeah,
you were saying, I didn't know about the challenges. Yeah, you breaking a lot of that stuff down. I didn't know about a lot of that stuff, man.
Yeah, people ain't gonna tell you that, man. Yeah, man. Even YouTube, once you start even diving into the YouTube studio, some YouTube studio, they're gonna start giving you pointers to give you help for you to grow your channel. Especially if you ain't on there really putting up no derogatory stuff.
Right. I gotta stop.
It's gonna congratulate you. It's gonna keep encouraging you, because they won't, you know, they make money you being on there. So they want you to be on there, but the thing is you got individuals that start putting these coming up with these ideas on how to restrict. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they want you on there, but they want you on there doing the way they want you doing. So you really a bot. They turn you into a live person to a bot.
But no, so yeah, like you were saying, no, you're right, bro. So you gotta okay. So you do have to post every day. I noticed that.
You gotta post and do streams, yeah, man. You gotta live stream. You gotta post streams. You gotta post shit. You gotta do shorts. It's them shorts, man. You gotta do them shorts, bro. Them shorts just get you views, even on Instagram. Like you just gotta do a lot of shorts, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
yeah. Because if you can get you 300, I think, because they have lowered it on YouTube. If you can get you 300 subscribers and like 50 shorts, I think you're live. I think you can go live straight from your YouTube.
Oh, that's right. That's dope. Yeah, to where you don't need stream, right? All that.
Right, where you don't need the StreamYard.
That's a bunch of bullshit, bro. StreamYard's getting this full of shit.
Well, yes, it is. But in the meantime, let me say this before I go. Look, so we got a couple of things. Like I said, that we had told you when I was going to the park Sunday morning. The lady got killed on foot. She got hit by 4 cars, which is kind of crazy.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, I saw the same thing, but I couldn't get through there.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that would say 2 drunk drivers or something. But they got speed cameras on there. I guess they'll figure it out. Now, by the way, Sunday I was in Virginia Beach. Happened to go see the clips, and I'm gonna say this. I know the women been saying they're looking for God in their life, you know, the cinema main. And I'm gonna close out to be like, hey, look, you know, they had 2 songs I like. One of them was The Birds Don't Sing, talking about mom and dad dying. And the other one was Let God Sort Them Out. So the ladies looking for me, I'm gonna do it like this. Let God sort them out. Take your time, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Yep.
Gotcha.